hate na hate ko talaga yung mag-attend ng reunion. Kailan ka mag-aasawa?
Yeah.
Tumaba ka. Or pumayat ka.
Tita, bakit ang
Ayun.
taba mo rin yun?
Parang
That should have been like your response, man.
Millennials and Gen Zs, the lower generations, we want a work environment wherein we are valued, we are mentored, we are considered as like not just a number on the spreadsheet, but actually someone who can actually contribute to the company, no?
What is the sandwich generation?
Sandwich generation is basically yung older generations, ginagawa nilang insurance yung anak nila. Mag-aral ka na mabuti, magsikap ka ng maayos para makahanap ka ng trabaho, para pagtanda namin, ikaw na bahala sa amin. Money is a very sensitive topic dito sa Philippines.
Yeah, it's a very
no?
sensitive topic,
Yes.
but I think it's necessary lalo na pag adult kayo because all of your adult life will be centered around money and responsibility. Hello guys, welcome to the very first episode of the Press Play podcast. So, ako si Dred De Jesus and I am a digital marketer by profession and I have my co-host here which he will introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Ian and I am partner of Dred's digital marketing company.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay ka lang.
And I'm also a digital marketer
Alright.
for 2 years na.
All right, that's good. All right, so we created this podcast just so that we can answer specific questions in regards sa millennial na story, and then of course mga generational, mga previous generations namin, and then the future generations as well, just so that mayroong clarifications or things that are not being discussed commonly that at least we will answer here. So the very first thing that we want to talk about really is about how millennials tend to marry very late in life. So ikaw yan, what do you think about that one?
For me, I'm already turning 28 this year, no? And I've been in a long-term relationship ngayon. And I find it really, really hard to settle down. It's because there are a lot of things to actually consider. Number one is siguro finances talaga, no? Kasi sabi nila, money is not important, but most marriages fail because of money or lack thereof.
Agree.
What do you think about that, bro?
Yeah, no, I think that is very true. I think it's not just true dito sa Philippines, but I think all over the world. Sa US, divorce is very, very popular there. Parang ginawang business yung divorce at totoo lang doon. People, or like, at least in this case, a lot of couples go into a relationship just so that they can get money from each other. And, of course, parang ang hirap na ng ganun na style ng diba, na parang way of your relationships would go. So I think for us millennials, at least I think for any generation in particular talaga is like we become very conscious kung sino yung magiging karelasyon natin.
Tama.
So that's why it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to look for the right
But,
person.
I salute those batchmates of ours or
Yeah,
our contemporaries na kanang in Bisaya ba, like nakalugar nandiyan sila ba? They have
Correct.
found peace, they have found someone, and they are willing to take all of the responsibilities of being a married person. And for me, on camera, I can say that hindi pa talaga siya for me.
Yeah.
Hindi pa siya, I'm not totally ready for
You're
that.
not there yet. Pa
I'm not
talaga.
there yet.
Do you think you will ever be there like in a couple of years?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. You
Kasi,
think
for me, starting a family is actually a very good thing, and it's like another chapter opening sa
Yeah.
life mo when you're starting a family. So,
yeah, I kind of
it's very
agree with that one. Adulting is just very hard these days.
yeah.
Adulting is very hard. I think ang nangyayari rin is that everyone here is they all think that they can get on life very easily just because technologies, all that stuff, mga opportunities. In reality, totoo talaga yan. Like the opportunities are there. It's just that it's getting harder and harder for you to get the opportunity because marami ka rin kakompetensya.
Of course.
So yeah, what do you think about that one?
Yeah, when it comes to competition, just imagine you guys are applying for the same position, and the challenge there is how do you actually stand out. Before I became a digital marketer, content creator, and other stuff that I do right now, I'm actually a professional geologist now working in a mining company before. When I applied for one position lang ha, merong 100 applicants.
Dang.
Then out of those 100 applicants, 20 yung na shortlist. Then after ng further sorting, 5 na lang. So kasali ako dun sa 5. Then sa out of 5, dalawa yung na-hire. So
Hey, you're a pro, bro.
yeah, I mean, you have to stand out
Yeah.
talaga if you wanted to be accepted in the job. And of course, no, share ko na lang din, no, na I think this is already my 5th or 6th job in the last 5 to 7 years, no.
Mhm.
So, I'm a job hopper. Kasi dati, yung mga older generations, they think that they have to be loyal to their company, right? They have to stay long para mag-wait ng promotion, but I totally disagree with that. For me, as a job hopper, I'm being rewarded naman.
Mhm.
I'm enjoying time and location flexibility, and of course higher pay.
Yeah, that's good. Kasi I don't think like anybody can just stay specifically sa isang job, especially if they are not parang di sila nag-vibe with the company themselves. You know,
Mhm.
like I think that's why job hoppers can be rewarded, but at the same time, some job hoppers can't be rewarded
Currently
because
rewarded.
of the management themselves. Pero kung you are lucky enough to get into a company that can, that appreciates you na yung vibes nyo nandoon, then yeah, then there's no reason for you not to stay with there and then help the company grow and then you grow along with them because that's just how it usually tends to be.
Millennials and Gen Zs, the lower generations, we want a work environment wherein we are valued, we are mentored, and we are considered as like not just a number on the spreadsheet, but actually someone who can actually contribute to the company, no?
Right.
So, mostly kasi, sa older generation, sa mga Gen Xers and Boomers, gusto nila, kung ano yung gusto nila, masunod.
Yeah.
But newer generations, we'd like collaboration.
Yeah, flexibility.
We don't want martial law. And that's basically what happened sa kung bakit eager ako na from being a professional geologist, nag-shift ako ng career.
Right, that's good. That's actually very good. So when it comes to like the job hopping, diba? As that's just part of the adult experience.
Yep.
Pero what are some of the things na sa tingin mo like that caught you off guard ba when you became an, let's just quote unquote adult? Because I think that's gonna be very helpful for everybody out there.
Syempre, when you are an adult na, number 1 talaga is you will have responsibilities.
Mhm.
So, you will have bills, and bills do not go away. Every single month, nandyan yan.
Si Judith nakahintay
si
sa'yo.
Judith, yun.
Yep.
And one of the most important things talaga na kailangan natin matutunan as adults, no, is money management talaga. How to handle our money talaga, no. Kung saan napupunta yung pera natin, yung hard-earned money natin, that is very, very, very important. Kasi at the end of the day, important talaga yung kaperahan. Guys, wag niyong sabihin, guys, na gusto kong magbakasyon ng Boracay for 1 week, tapos wala akong pera.
Right.
Mahirap yun. Money management is very important. So, that involves basic budgeting,
Mhm.
no? And kung hindi talaga kaya ng income mo, you have to make an effort to actually increase your income or
Right.
increase your value in the market. Ganito kasi yan. Yung yung value mo sa market, nakadepende yan sa demand ng skill mo. Of course, if your skill is rare, meaning konti lang yung supply, mas malaki yung kikitain mo. Whereas kung marami kayo, mas maliit na lang yung sasahurin mo.
Right.
And ito yung napansin ko din. If your job or as a millennial or as a Gen Z, if you're starting to work and your work requires yung yung basic lang na thinking, hindi kailangan ng analysis, then or creativity, then you tend to be paid much lower. But if you up your game and you're able to increase your value by providing analysis, providing value to your clients or services, providing creativity, that would actually open the doors for you to increase your income. So that's just my thoughts. This my experience.
Those are good. I think one of the things rin na people or at least, when you become an adult that they don't really teach you I think siguro uso to sa US pero it's all about taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like parang hindi uso masyado na matutunan yung taxes, especially like when it comes to the money subject. It's just very parang tabu kasi pag-usapan yung money sa Philippines.
Yes, money is a very sensitive topic dito sa Philippines.
Yeah, it's a very
no?
sensitive topic,
Yes.
but I think it's necessary lalo na pag adult kayo because all of your adult life will be centered around money and responsibility. That's pretty much it. Whether or not magka-relationship ka or hindi, it's all going to be about money and the responsibility between those two parties ba.
Yes.
So and then hindi ka tinuturuan ng ganun talaga. And that's unfortunate, Sana naman mag-change, but we'll see. Ikaw yan, ano mo? Like what are some of your thoughts when it comes to like Filipino culture that are very toxic?
Speaking of toxic Filipino culture, hate na hate ko talaga yung mag-attend ng reunion. Alam mo bakit?
Why? Go ahead.
Alright. Kasi, ang first na sasabihin sa'yo ng mga older generations, mga Gen Xers and Boomers is, kailan ka mag-aasawa?
Yeah.
Tumaba ka? Or pumayat ka?
Tita, bakit
Ayun.
ang taba mo rin yun?
Parang
that should have been like your response, man.
Diba dapat ganon?
Just
Pero
deflect.
out of respect, of course, hindi natin sila
Yeah, of
sasagutin.
course,
But
of course.
at the back of our minds, we are already, sorry po sa mga natin dyan, mga tita and tito natin, but that's just how I feel when I attend reunions. It's just like, you're putting a measuring stick in front of us na alam naman talaga namin kung ano yung sitwasyon ng buhay namin ngayon. And you don't have to say it in front of us. No? Kasi you have to be, you have to be considerate of the feelings of the younger generations. Lalo na kami mga millennial titos and yung mga baby Gen Zs natin dyan.
You know what, for me, I don't know kung toxic ba siya. It's like, sa buffet. So parang lahat ng tao parang nag-aagawan sa food. For some reason, like, dalawang plato yung ibabalik nila dun sa dun sa table nila. And then after that, they can't even finish it. Parang pet peeve ko yun.
Yeah.
Pet peeve ko.
That is somewhat like a culture of Filipinos na wherein if you are in a buffet, you paid, let's say, 900 pesos per head. Yung dalawang plato, 600 pesos pa yun. Gets mo?
Yep.
Yung binayaran mo, 600 pa.
Correct.
So, I'll have to add one more plate para 900 pesos na yung kinain ko.
Makes sense.
That just reflects, kung ano yung talaga yung mindset ng Filipinos, which is scarcity.
It is a scarcity mentality.
Scarcity mentality.
Well, yeah, we can't really blame the talaga kasi like we grew up from that kind of system.
Yeah.
Before na Filipinos talaga is very yung thinking is very scarce.
Scarce, yeah.
Na hindi mawala sa system yung I need to get more para at least secure ako yung feeling.
Yeah.
Pero and then to the parang parang bahala na yung iba.
Yun.
Bahala na yung
Bahala
iba.
ng iba, basta ako, nakuha ko to.
Correct. There you go.
That-
I think
that's
that
it.
sums it up.
That sums it up for
Yeah, that sums
some
it
of
up.
the Filipinos. We can actually
There's so many.
enumerate,
Yeah.
but the time is limited, so let's move on to that.
Pero marami talaga. Ikaw na yan. Go ahead.
So, bro, ikaw na naman. So, ano ba yung yung thoughts mo about the sandwich generation? No?
Dude, what is the sandwich generation?
Sandwich generation is basically yung older generations, ginagawa nilang insurance yung anak nila. Parang ganito yung sitwasyon. Nak, mag-aral ka ng mabuti, nak. Nak, mag-aral ka ng mabuti, magsikap ka ng maayos para makahanap ka ng trabaho para pagtanda namin, ikaw na bahala sa amin.
Makes sense. So basically, sandwich ka within.
Sandwich ka between two generations. Bakit? What if meron ka ng family? So, na-sandwich ka in between. Sinusupport mo yung older generation and yung new generation.
It's appropriate to some degree, pero meron ding iba hindi just because a lot of people, especially siguro older generation, they don't understand the complexities ng newer na generation, right? So, di nila alam ano yung pinagdadaanan unless na lang tanungin nila. No, I was talking to my mom, right? And then, na bring up namin about mental health. And then she was explaining na wala naman yan dati sa amin. All they had to really think about was survive, that's it. Yung kailangan lang nila is to put food in the table, and that was it. They're done. Kung ano man yung mga problema na you're facing right now, just deal with it on your own. Pero when we came along, parang the term mental health na yung mga issues, all that stuff, parang naging part na rin ng vocabulary nila na surprisingly na parang sila na rin, meron na rin silang health issues, mental health issues. So it's not just them. So meron tayong, kumbaga, let's just say kung meron bang reverse ng sandwich generation, I think that's one of the context that we can actually
Reverse sandwich generation.
Reverse sandwich generation. So parang kung meron rin silang parang pino-force or pino-pressure sa atin na mangyari, meron rin tayong ginagawa sa kanila na pressure rin sila because they can't understand what's happening to our generation. So let's just say reverse sandwich nga. I don't know.
Reverse
I think
sandwich.
that's a good term for it, reverse sandwich. But yeah, insurance sa mga bata, I don't think that's real. Or at least, I wouldn't say it's not real. I don't think it's appropriate for me, personally, just because para sa akin, if I were to do that, it doesn't really do good for the next generation, you know? Kasi kumbaga, I am putting the burdens that I made myself, then ibibigay ko yung responsibility sa iba.
Yes.
It doesn't really help. Unless na lang that you have a purpose for that kid to tell them na this is for your own good.
Yeah.
Pero nga, you have to still consider that the kid might have something on their own. They have own plans. I didn't really follow my parents' plans.
Yun din.
I didn't go, like, nag-graduate nga ako, but I never really went to the 9 to 5 na corporate world na route.
Yeah.
Nasa college pa lang ako, I went straight to business. That was it. Pero yung pinaka-importante is that I talked to my parents. Sabi ko sa father ko, tsaka rin sa mom ko na, I want to do this because I believe na I can actually make it work. Luckily naman, it actually happened. I made it work rin naman, no? So, I think yun lang yung thoughts ko when it comes to the sandwich generation. It's not much na hindi masyado siyang harsh, but it's more parang advice na lang siguro.
On my side is, I know a lot of people na ganito. And, syempre, as a person na medyo hindi naman apektado sa ganitong klaseng, sa ganitong pangyayari, I feel pity for them. I sympathize with them. And if I were in their shoes talaga, I would actually feel bad.
Yeah.
It's because instead of you focusing sa pangarap mo, sa passions mo, sa kung anong gusto mong gawin sa life mo, parang may bumabalakid ba sa mga plano mo or merong nagpo-pull down sa'yo ba? Yung parang instead you become the best version of yourself, para bang nahahati yung attention mo, tsaka yung energy, tsaka yung resources mo din. In this case, money talaga. So, it all goes back to money talaga.
You're not realizing your full potential naman. Kung ganun. Because like, yung plans, kumbaga, yung plans ng ibang tao is naging plans mo na rin.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is, you end up, yung personality mo tsaka yung identity mo nagiging somewhat, as a result of their para sa iyo.
Parang shaky yung identity mo as a person kung ganun, 'di ba?
Kasi usually di mo alam kung ano yung gusto mo because people have
Yeah.
said that ito dapat yung gusto mo.
Controlled ka,
Yeah.
nasa
So,
controlled environment
I think
ka.
that's what the good thing about the newer generation, millennial at Gen Zs, because they're riskier compared sa riskier when it comes to like themselves. Kasi they have this safety net rin kumbaga. To an extent, merong safety net, but not all of our generation has that type of safety net. Healing the inner child, bro. What does that mean to you? Narinig ko lang yung healing the inner child, and I was like, what does that mean?
Healing the inner child means, for me, syempre, hindi naman tayo lahat na born with a silver spoon on our mouths, right? So some of us started, hindi natin ma-choose yung family natin. Tama ba? Hindi natin ma-choose yung family natin, kung saan tayo mo-born. So, merong times na siguro sa childhood ko is I was not able to experience these kinds of things. I was not able to buy these things for myself because my parents told me that we don't have the money or the capacity to do that or to buy that experience or that thing. So, eto ngayon, medyo may katandaan na tayo at meron na tayong kaperahan, meron na tayong skills to make money. Of course, isuspoil natin yung inner, yung child natin. Kasi, for me being adult is just like a kid with bigger toys. When you say bigger toys, house, car, the fame, something like that.
Yeah.
So, sa mga things, of
No,
course.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Right.
You know, ginagawa ko rin, bro. Like, yung sister ko. So, what I would do is, like, I would actually buy her games just so that I can play with her. Kasi
Diba?
that was the only excuse na pwede kong sabihin na, yo, I'm playing with my sister right now. Kasi
Yeah.
nga binigay ko sa kanya tong regalo na to.
Pero,
but
part of you
it's
wants
for me. It's for me.
to heal.
To heal the inner child
Inner
talaga.
child.
It's basically, it's for me. It's not for my sister in a way.
But, guys, no, this is actually good, healing the inner child, but wag naman pa sobra na to the point na hinahurt nyo na yung finances niya. So, be conscious of your spending. Make sure to save money talaga, like 10 to 20% of your income every single month. Some portion of it, guilt-free spending, heal mo yung inner child mo, pero please lang, wag naman lahat ng pera nyo. Be responsible, guys, kasi hindi na tayo pabata. Yun yung reality.
Don't buy a car kung di mo afford, okay? Don't buy-
Mag-grab tsaka mag-taxi
Mag-grab at taxi
Or
ka na lang.
na.
That
Mag-
makes
ano na lang
sense.
Kayo, mag-jeep.
That's it, man. So thank you so much for listening, guys. This is the first episode of the Press Play podcast. So thank you so much. We have Ian here, and then meron kaming crew dito actually in the back. We're very, very happy that this is happening. Like,
Yeah.
gawa ganon. Because this is our very first na ano talaga, like parang collaboration, and then at least merong cause na yung ginagawa namin, and then we just wanted to really share our insights, and hopefully if you guys have any insights and mga questions that you'd like us to answer, let us know, because we would be more than happy to answer them in the next episode. So Ian, do you have any final words pa?
So, thank you for listening to Press Play Podcast. We are here to share insights, things, and experiences from different kinds of people or different topics surrounding adulting, relationships, and money. If you want more, make sure to follow us on our social media platforms, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
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 There you go. Yay! Ayos